The Random Jottings of Donald J. in Nelson in Pendle, Lancashire. The History of Marsden Park in Nelson, Lancashire. Marsden Park, located in the area that is now known as Nelson in Lancashire, has a rich history dating back to the 14th century. The area was originally divided into two townships, Little Marsden and Great Marsden, which included Marsden Old Hall that served as the seat of the Walton family. The Walton family received land from Henry, Duke of Lancaster in 1352, and the estate grew over time. The family had legal issues during the 15th century, and by the 1600s, their connection with Marsden Park was limited to legal matters. Banastre, the last of the true Waltons of Marsden, died in 1784, and the estate passed to his cousin, Reverend Richard Wroe, who took the name Wroe-Walton in accordance with Banastre's will. Richard Thomas, Richard Wroe's son, succeeded him after his death and was described as a typical country squire who was interested in the welfare of his tenant farmers, staff, and the poor. Local legends suggest that Richard Thomas was generous and helped the poor. After his death, the estate passed to his sisters and then to their cousins, who were descendants of the original Walton family. Mrs. Hallam, who took over the estate, sold Marsden Hall and the estate to Dr. Pinder of Whalley, who opened it as a private hospital for people with mental health issues. On Mrs. Hallam's death, her daughter sold Marsden Park to the Corporation of Nelson, who opened it in 1912. The Egyptian Gate is one of the most notable features of Marsden Park. It was the main entrance to the upper gardens and is known locally as the Wishing Gate. Visitors would pick a leaf from a tree and place it in one of the carved holes before walking through the gate and making a wish. The gate has several unusual carvings, including one of the secretary bird, which has become a symbol of strength and success. There is a local legend that suggests that Richard Thomas employed a beggar stonemason to create the stonework that remains in the park. The story is difficult to prove, but the stonework in the park is said to be the best work the beggar ever created. Marsden Park is a beautiful park with a rich history that is worth exploring. By Donald J.